Well, hello, and welcome to Journalism Total Nerdy channel. Excuse my language, but this will be a completely crazy video. Do not mind the mech in the background. There is no mech in the background. We'll review that in another video, but that's not what we're going to do now. No. This, my friends, is, excuse my language, a batshit crazy construction. This is a game in a game, and I'm not even kidding. It's an actual game. It's like Space Invaders, basically. Yep. Let's start the game. So here is the game here, and you fire with the middle button, and you see the ship, the enemy ship, it disappeared. And you can't even spam things. There is some, you have to like select your buttons and stuff. Also, if you just hang around like this, you will die, and the enemy will get a point, you see. So then you'll get a new life. However, there is the ship seems to be double when you died once, so you better restart the game. Or I'm not sure. Never mind. Anyways, it's a super cool game, and it's an actual game, you know. And you can turn it off there, and then the game will not work. Wait. Did my points change? No? Never mind. Anyways, let's start up the game again. And oh, it did actually. I get the feeling the game is maybe playing in the background. Anyways, who knows? Anyways, this is incredible. Let's see if we can get some high score here. I want to reach to 10 at least. Come on. And there we go. This is, you know, this is pretty fun. You should download this. Anyways, the fantastic maker of this game here is, oh god, no, I didn't need 2 shots for that. Anyways, here comes the next one. The creator of this is DeepspaceMechanic. I think you have seen some builds of his on this channel before. Oh yes, indeed, he makes some cool stuff, and this is something I would not be able to make at this point. Not at all. This is pretty awesome. You know, I was delighted and very proud when I was able to construct my simple Python program that I managed to put together a Python program that edits pictures for me in a specified way. And I thought that was super cool. Ooh, that was a close call. But this is something else. I would not be able to build out of just blocks like this, like an actual game. It's pretty cool. Anyways, let's take a look of the interior of this game. Even though it's of course very fun to play, I mean, to make a counting circuit is, I wonder if it uses commands, because I don't know, it seems pretty hard to me. Oh no, the lag is real. Oh no, oh no, System Fleet is here and terrorizing us with lag. Alright, I wonder how high this goes. I should check that. Never mind, because I see there is some nice, you know, things on the sides, lights, and I imagine they start blinking when I win the game, but I don't know really how high this will go. No, now we have 2 ships in each other. It seems like the ships are not entities, but there are rather an area, so if you hit the area with 2 ships in them, they both die. I don't know how this works. The logics and stuff is of course neatly laid up, so that's nice. We should just let this double thing or something kill us here. The enemy gets 1 point. Huh. Anyways, let's just let it run. We'll get some sad points, but we reach 30. So it sits on a big slab, but it's nothing in here. No, the things are here. This is the computer to host this game. Here we have a counting circuit, and now we should be able to, how high can this go? I suppose this is every one of these, so probably it just can go to, it can go to all the numbers, so probably it will just, you know, reach very high, like forever, perhaps. This is of course a counting circuit here as well. You can see it pops up every time we lose. It's now on 8. And this, my friends, this is the huge computer. And you can see this is very... this is nothing you just put together with no previous logic knowledge. I do believe DeepspaceMechanic does has some good knowledge with yeah, what's it called anyways? With logics. I don't know if it's built February, I see, this month. Pixel Jet Fighter. It looks like it's built with someone with experience, but of course you can learn anything if you play StarMade long enough. So this circuits, ooh, here we have the actual fighter, our fighter, and when on, fighter displayed, okay. And here we have projectile can propagate. So this is kind of the sheet that decides if we have a missile going on. So let's see if we can move. Yep, here we have the missile flying through there. Okay, that makes sense. Interesting. Projectile intercepted. Okay, so when the projectile hits something, then it just turns off. I mean, to design this game, you have to really think of a lot of like possibilities. Of course, it's a game inside a game, which is pretty fun. Just the case that it's a game in a game, but it does require some advanced planning, really advanced planning. This is the fire projectile. Okay. When enemy gets shot or passes off the field, it launches a new one. Okay, so that... okay. Chicks. So if you shoot often, you will get more ships per minute, so to say, because they are not timed. They spawn when the next one is launched, basically. Whoops. So if we just keep... oh no. I do, however, no, what is happening here? Right. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. However, it does seem to me that... Oh no, actually. You have to move to shoot all fighter. That's good to know. You never need to move more than 2 steps though. But if you shoot the fighter, the game launches a new one, which basically resets the game, so to say, except the points of the game. So you want to shoot as often as possible in order to get higher points. Oh! It seems... Did I accidentally restart the game? I think I must have. Because it reset somehow. Huh. Oh well. I mean, this is a good... if you want to learn about making more games, this is a very good platform, because it basically explains for you what's going on here. Of course, I wouldn't be able to replicate this just as is, because, you know, the collision checking, I don't really understand that. But, well, let's go through all the display modules here. And this is kind of the backside, so the explanations are all on one side. No, they're not. Ha, never mind. Okay, so here we have move fighter to the right, move fighter to the left, and we have projectile can propagate, fire projectiles. Checks, okay, this OR gate below checks whether there is a point in which an enemy... Oh! So if they overlap and enemy and the fighter collide, it turns off the visibility of the fighter. Okay. It also signals the enemy's scoreboard to increase by 1. Okay, so we need to hide some things so it looks like a real game, yeah? So it's basically, as I noticed, that it seems like you can fire when you have the game off. And what's more happening here? When propagate, intercepted, right. Alright, so this one, we already read those, but this not gate when enemies get shot or passes off the field, it launches a new one. That's right, what we checked before. Checks whenever there is an enemy traversing in the field. Okay, so we have some extra on there. Display master switch. What? What's that supposed to mean? Ew. So this is black light, but yes. Why? What happens if I turn this off? What is display master switch? I don't know. Well, this is the big display stuffs anyways. I wondered, does this control anything, or are they always on? Okay, let's look at more. Clock trigger. When turned on, it starts the clock that randomly changes the enemy's launch position and launches an enemy. When it's off, it stops the clock. Launch new enemy. Oh no. Haha. Haha. So if we spam this button, probably shouldn't. Haha. Haha. More enemies. More of them. Oh yeah, we completely messed things up. Great. That was my expectation. When on, an enemy can propagate. I guess that means interact. Excuse my English. Propagate. I think it's interact. Anyways. When off, enemy intercepted. Fantastic. More displays. Move enemy launch position to the right. Okay, so this moves the enemy. I'm just wondering, I read something, anyways. I'm just puzzled by the fact that it notices collisions, and I think that's must be some setup where we have an AND gate, and if they both are on the same position, it just gives the enemy a point or something. It's pretty complex. It's pretty cool. Wow, what to say? Yeah, I think I said it all. Anyways, you should give this a download. It's actually a pretty fun game. Of course, it would be more fun if it were... Okay, I think we messed some things up. Let's turn off the game and start again. And yep, now it works. You should definitely give this a download. It's a pretty fun game. Yes, it's very simple, and you can usually stay in the middle and hit much of the times. However, oh, this is a tricky one. Oh yeah, okay, so they both disappeared. To make this a more fun game, I think it would be awesome to, one, make it bigger so that you have more reason to move in the different locations. Two, make it possible that we can have two enemies on the screen at the same time. That would be cool. So that both don't disappear when you shoot one of them. And this is something that's probably much more easy, but it would be pretty amazing if we could make a, little wider but two-person version of this, so you actually fight an actual other person. I mean, it would be kind of a pretty fun game. Oh man, when is someone going to make ping pong in StarMade? The logic system really opens up all the possibilities. Anyways, this is a pretty fun game. Let's see here. Oh no, double enemies. Oh, I missed. But the enemies should actually get 2 points for having 2 enemies. Yeah, anyways, I do not complain, because this is an awesome logic creation. This is you know what? This is definitely one of the coolest application of logics I ever seen in the game. I have to say the coolest one is still Atronam's ship generator module, which, if you haven't heard the news, StarMade will, if it's not implemented, it will be implemented in the weapons update. I wasn't sure which. But anyways, when you shoot off a docker and a rail, the thing still doesn't, it doesn't de-dock anymore. It actually stays docked, which is pretty amazing. That means that basically, even though I didn't do it very much before either, it's now completely useless to build, or it's not completely useless because they will be rendered function, but it's less useless to bury your dockers of your turrets very deep, because they won't get shot off, really. So it's not as much of a catastrophe. However, if you don't know that, I made a ship review, or a thing review, a good bit away, but her ship generator basically takes random parts and puts them together. And that's more viable now, because now the ships are less useless, as they don't actually get disintegrated into small pieces only if the docker is destroyed or something like that. However, of course, they're useless because they're old power, and about old power, this is also old power. I do think it'd probably be a great idea if DeepspaceMechanic made a new power version of it, because, you know, it's really simple and stuff, and in the future, you know, the old power things will simply get you know, disabled, so you can't spawn them at all. Right now there is a compatibility mode and it will be around for a time, but I suspect that StarMade logic won't change very much, and this means that this awesome construction will still be a viable thing in, you know, the end version of StarMade, probably, which is pretty cool. So yeah, a new power version. I mean, it doesn't really need so much power, because from what I know, the logic blocks don't consume any power at all. Anyways, I think I've been rambling on for some good time now. Where was I? Anyways, yes. So this is the second most cool thing I've seen made by logic. This is very, very cool. And it only uses logic. It has to be said that I can say this is the coolest build that only uses logic and not Rails. This is really cool. So give this a little check out. You should download it and like the resource on his page. I put a download link in the description so you can give this a little try. It's a very impressive thing. It would be awesome to have a 2-player mode where you can battle someone. Yeah, that would be nice. A nice way to solve interstellar conflict. Having a nice game. Anyways, with that, I will say thank you very much for watching. This is Jimrism Total Nerdery channel. Officially signing out. Oh yes, have a good day. Bye bye.